Hi, everyone, and welcome to another Coffee with Waymark. On today's episode, we wanted to share something very special with you all. Waymark was recently invited to participate on an advisor-led panel at LPL's Focus Conference in San Diego. It was an amazing opportunity. We got to share our best practices when it comes to running a successful financial planning firm with about 200 other advisors. So it was such an honor, and we are excited to give you a behind the scenes or behind the curtains look, if you will, at how Waymark is run and everything that goes into it. So enjoy.
Hanifa, talk to me about Waymark and what you're building there and your philosophy around financial planning.
Yeah, so similar to Shannon, we believe that financial planning goes well beyond just the numbers. So we believe in holistic financial planning, meaning right out of the gate, we meet with the client, we set their goals, we figure out what truly matters to them, and we see if our services align with those goals. So at the end of the day, we really want to make sure that the client feels supported, and that they're informed throughout the whole process.
Perfect. What do your clients ultimately get with a financial planning engagement, right? Like, what's the value and how do you position that to the clients? Ultimately, what's your value proposition for the service?
Yeah, so ultimately, we provide peace of mind, right? So second to what's your fee, the second question we get is, am I going to be okay? At the end of the day, the client comes in with their fears about the market, their current situation, whatever it is. By us providing them with a financial plan and guiding them through that plan as the years come, we're able to provide that peace of mind for them, and we're always there if they need anything.
So when you think about the existing clients, what feedback and outcomes do you tend to see from clients that engage your financial planning services? What are they saying? What are they finding valuable through that process, that journey that you're taking them on?
I was actually looking at our Google reviews this morning, trying to figure out how to answer this question. And I came across one particular Google review that I think wraps it up pretty nicely. We work with a lot of small business owners, so while they can run a business and run those financials, they don't necessarily have the time to run their own financial plan. So this review just said, I met with this team 20 years ago. I had a dealership that wasn't doing so well. They helped me from just setting a budget and sticking to it, to getting my kids through college, to buying a second home. So seeing the impact that we have on people's lives in real time is absolutely amazing. They'll tell you if they're not happy, but a lot of the times they are happy, so that's fine. Yeah.
How has your firm been able to support the growth in your financial planning revenue while maintaining high service quality? I love this question, right? Financial planning is very personalized. It's time indicative as well. How have you prepared your practices to make sure that financial planning is still being served at your standard of quality and care, but also scaling that as well?
So AI could not have come at a more perfect time. We use a lot of systems that generate based off of AI. So for example, Jump Note Taker, I don't know if anyone's familiar with it, but it does a really good job of summarizing meetings, basically giving us a summary that we can send to the client, and that takes a lot of time off of our plate. So utilizing systems and just hiring the right people. We just brought on an administrative assistant who helps with a lot of the back-end stuff, whether that's scheduling meetings or running performance reports. She takes a lot off of our plate so we can focus on the client. And we also hired a marketing person who keeps our current clients engaged, but also helps us with a lot of our marketing content so that we are able to market towards prospects. So using the right systems, hiring the right people has helped us keep that advisor to client ratio and do it more efficiently.
And talk to me about how Waymark positions a financial planning fee to various clients.
Yeah, this is something we had to revisit actually fairly recently. And that's because we realized we weren't charging enough for our financial plan, meaning we were over-servicing some clients or under-servicing others. So we developed a tiering system. So the bottom tier has the least amount of services offered, requiring the least amount of time from us, and then it goes up from there. A higher tier might have estate planning, and then we might include generational financial planning as well. And we had the conversation with clients before we made these changes, and we were a little worried about what their response was going to be. All very positive. We didn't have one negative response, and clients were more than happy to pay that higher price because they were getting the services. And they could actually pick and say, okay, maybe I don't necessarily need budgeted, maybe that's not for me, so I'll take that out and go into a lower tier. They have options. We're not just like, this is the fee you're going to pay, so good luck.
Yeah. Optionality, again, comes up as a theme. Many advisors have to go over the mindset of positioning the fee. That's really difficult to do, especially if you've been in the business for 20 years and you need to maybe make a change. What key lessons can you share with this group, maybe that are new to financial planning for a fee, that you can share and put yourself back in your shoes and when you started? Like what lessons can you share to watch out for?
Yeah, so communication is 100% key, especially when it comes to fees. And what we've learned is if you're honest with clients about the services they're receiving and how much time is going to be dedicated to them, they don't have an issue paying for that. So it might be an uncomfortable situation, an uncomfortable conversation, but as long as you communicate it and focus on the relationship, everything else falls into place.
Outstanding. Well, that is panel one. Let's give a round of applause really quick.
Thank you so much for taking the time to look at some of the highlights from this presentation. Like I said, it was such an honor to be a part of this. And here at Waymark, as a lot of you know, we really do strive to put the client first. So the fact that that is recognized among LPL and all of these other advisors is really, truly an honor. That is all we have for you today. But if you have any questions as far as anything that was said during the presentation, feel free to reach out to any of us. And remember to be well and do good.